Counter-Strike Global Offensive is often referred to as one of the most competitive FPS shooters of all time. It's one of the most popular FPS games on the market, even after almost a decade of it being out. It's one of the few games out there with a very easy learning curve, but with one of the highest skill ceilings. It's a game where a lot of legends were born, a lot of memes were created, and as well, it's one of the most in-depth microtransactions the gaming industry has ever seen. So please tell me, why did Valve try to tarnish CSGO's reputation with a battle royale? In order to understand Valve's decision making, we kinda have to go back in time. In 2012, the first ever Battle Royale experience came from Minecraft, and it was called Minecraft Hunger Games, which came from Suzanne Collins. She's the one who was responsible for writing the trilogy of the Hunger Games, which were transformed into a movie, which I've seen, you've seen, we all seen. We were all a bunch of cringy teens trying to relate to the characters. In the Minecraft community, no, not today's Minecraft community, the old Minecraft community, this game mode blew up and everyone was playing it, and it became super popular. A couple years later, the game H1Z1 Just Survive came out, and it was boring. It wasn't good. It was a zombie survival game that no one really played, until a couple of years later, the developers changed it, where it was just called H1Z1, and it was a battle royale.
Got him! Got him! Got him! Got him!
It was a lot better than Minecraft Hunger Games because it introduced VoIP, microtransactions, vehicles, a lot of different guns, and it was great. 1 year later, PUBG came out, and it took Steam Early Access by storm. And honestly, it became one of the most successful games on Steam. The game just had a better, more realistic, more refined gameplay loop than H1Z1. As well, you were able to switch between third person and first person in combat, which was pretty cool. And then as well, you just came across a lot more loot, a lot more weapons than in H1Z1. Even though the game back in 2016 had a lot of performance issues, it was very demanding on a lot of computers back in the day, it was still loved by everyone. In July of 2017, Fortnite gets released, and it's a co-op zombie survival, and no one's playing it. Realizing that their game is just a total failure, they just release a battle royale version of it, and it becomes an instant success. I wonder where I heard that before. So obviously Valve wanted to capitalize on this new industry trend, which was extremely popular, so that's why they released their own battle royale in CSGO. So on December 6th, 2018, CSGO becomes free to play, and it comes out with their new Battle Royale game mode called Danger Zone. Look, don't get me wrong, I love Counter-Strike Global Offensive, okay? It's the whole reason why I even got a Steam account in 2015 in the first place. It's the game where I've spent the most time playing in my Steam library. It's the game where I've dumped the most money into microtransactions, okay? And I love Counter-Strike, but the Danger Zone is just, it's alright. I'm definitely not alone with this opinion. A lot of people just weren't necessarily happy about the mode being introduced, but a lot of people weren't unhappy either. They were just, it's kind of just there. I've only ever played Danger Zone solo just because none of my friends who play Counter-Strike want to play Danger Zone. They're just not interested. So I did the most reasonable thing, and I slid in the DMs of a professional Counter-Strike player on CLG Red, who follows me, by the way. Yeah, basically, I played Counter-Strike solo.
Fuck you, Celery. Fuck you, man.
Now, Danger Zone is an interesting game mode, and it can be categorized as the good and the bad. In the redeeming qualities of CSGO Danger Zone, unlike all the other battle royales where you have to sit on a plane, on a bus, and then you have to jump, and then everyone lands basically at the same place, what they do is they implement it, they show you the map, and then you kind of spawn wherever you want to select, and you can see where everyone else is going to spawn. I personally enjoy it just because at the beginning of the game it gives you a lot more room to breathe, unlike other battle royales where as soon as you drop in you have to fight. I don't know, I kind of like it. It makes it more predictable and more enjoyable for me. The gunplay is obviously great just because, it's CSGO, and you get to shoot people at different ranges and different angles that you would in a normal competitive game. One more thing I like about Danger Zone is just the variety of the maps. I think right now there are 4 maps in the rotation. The bad part of Danger Zone is just the fact that no one plays it. Look, I don't live in the middle of nowhere. I live on the east coast of North America. In most multiplayer games, I get normal queue times, a good ping. So please, tell me why, with almost 1 million concurrent players, why I couldn't even find a game. It's just so indicative that the fact that the game is just so dead, it's not populated. Once you do get into a game, you have to remember, it's running through the CSGO Source 2 engine. There's no running. Also, you move the same speed whether you're holding a knife, a gun, an equipment. There's nothing that's making you move faster, which I don't know, it doesn't make sense in a battle royale game. So what usually tends to happen is people spawn in, get their loot, and then they lock down an area. And the only time that they move is whenever the zone closes in on them. And look, I don't blame them. I do the same thing. Because again, it's the CSGO engine. Whenever you move, you get punished because of the whole movement and shooting inaccuracy. So Valve's solution to the whole camping problem is that Valve, what they did is in the game mode, everyone is equipped with an iPad where you can buy guns, ammo, equipment, etc. And these drones, whenever you call them, they're gonna come over to you and everyone can see where your position is. But it doesn't work because nobody follows the drones. Just because the trade-off of leaving your position, walking out in the open, having shooting inaccuracy is just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You're a sitting duck. The last and final gripe with the game mode is just the lack of ammo. I understand that maybe it's for balance, or maybe it's to make it more feel like a survival game, right, in the battle royale. But I don't get it. I don't get the point of it. I always feel like I don't have enough ammo to confidently push someone with the ammo that I have. I always have to spend the same amount of money on the iPad, which gives me the drone, then I have to pick up the ammo, and I always have to do that every game. But honestly, look, maybe it's just a me problem, and it's probably just a skill issue that I have. Look, in the end, I kind of like the game mode. It's not good, it's not bad, it's kind of just there whenever I'm just burnt out of competitive CSGO. I'm just still baffled at Valve's decision to actually pull the trigger on the whole battle royale in CSGO, just because they had to allocate so much time, resources, and a lot of developers to kind of build a mode that no one really asked for in the CSGO community. All I'm gonna say is I think CSGO needs to stay in their lane and continue being the best competitive FPS shooter on the market, and just lay off the battle royale, man.